When I talk with other people who have been surrounded by terrible people for much of their lives, or probably all of their lives, I will sometimes say, I believe there are good people out there. I've heard tell of them. And they always laugh because it's the same, like, one of the things that is honestly kind of infuriating about the way that the dynamics are happening with people who are victimized by predatory people is there's this idea that we wind up like we're drawn to people who mistreat us because like good people feel strange and weird and this is familiar. And that's not actually what it is. When you have spent your whole life surrounded by terrible people, quite literally, what is one of the first red flags of a terrible person working in your life? They isolate you, right? They isolate you. So if you are born into a family that is led by a predatory person, you are isolated from good people. You are not, you don't move into the world rejecting good people. You don't have contact with them. You don't have connections with them. It's not like I met some good people and was like, oh, this is weird and uncomfortable. I think I'm going to go back to the psycho. No. Like I was isolated inside a group of psychos. And then I got trapped by another one who helped keep me isolated inside the group of psychos. Like, so yes, that's very irritating that that conversation goes on that way. But, one of the reasons why it is so challenging when you're isolated inside that group is that the good people who do exist somewhere in your world they can't see you typically. And the reason is because, you know, there's that motto, and I believe very strongly in this, that your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Well, when you are living with people who are very selfish, who don't care about your well-being, who only take and don't give, your vibe is going to be being distorted by all of that. You're not going to be giving off your natural vibe because how the hell could you? You know, like, it's like going into a torture chamber and being like, well, you know, maybe if you worked on your personality, like, I swear, I don't anyways, I know what it's like from the inside out. And from the inside out, I'm telling those of you who have no idea how frustrating y'all are in the way you are thinking about and dealing with us. And that's all I'll say on that. So anyways, no, you can't like give off your natural vibes. So the people who would be your tribe, the good people who would be attracted to you, they don't see you, you know, and often you're dealing with problems that they're just like, whoa, okay, I don't really have space in my life for that. Even though theoretically, if you said to them, you know, would you help a domestic abuse victim? They would say, oh, yes, I would love to. You know, but then they'd be like, well, maybe not me personally. I mean, don't they have like shelters and stuff? Like, yeah, I'm not even going to get into it. That's not a valid thing. As much of middle America is, as things are going to fall apart, I know it's happening after the hurricane that devastated Western North Carolina. Middle-class Americans are going to discover that they have been fed a load of horse hockey regarding the assistance that is available for people when they need it. It doesn't exist. They've been lying to you. Hi, sorry. Anyways, so where was I'm sorry. Totally diverted. But so what is the answer to this? If you are somebody who is like, I promise I would like to be open to good people. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I can't seem to find them. I think maybe I'm just going to Someone said today, get a Labrador and move to the Highlands of Scotland and live in glorious solitude, because at some point, really, like, that's just a much better solution. Like, if I have to, in order to stay away from people who do not give a crap about me, if I have to go live by myself with an animal for the rest of my life and just be happy being a hermit, dude, sign me up. Where do I sign up? How do I do that? What do I need to like? But of course, we're humans and we're made for connection. We're not actually made for that, which is a hard thing to accept sometimes when all of the connections you have had have been painful. But it is the way it is. It is. And so what I am learning, and I am still in process, but what I am learning is that when you do withdraw, when you do say, maybe you're not going to move to the Highlands of Scotland, but maybe you're going to withdraw into your own little universe, and just get grounded in yourself and who you are without all of these distorting influences around you. And it can be super hard. I mean, the people who treat you this way leave enormous baggage, and you're still dealing with that. It's still hard. But the more you can be yourself and the more you can tell your truth, people will begin to see your vibe. Your vibe will come out, right? And you'll know who you are when somebody's not distorting you, when somebody's not hurting you, when somebody's not just taking from you. Not like life has to get perfect, but just not to have somebody who is malicious towards you around you. Get yourself out of the damn torture chamber, because you're a different person outside the torture chamber than inside the church. When you're being tortured, you're not a different person, but obviously you're going to present differently, right? So yeah, do that. Get your vibe going. And then once you have your vibe going, once you're like really solid and grounded, especially if you are an older person, you're not 19, you're not 20. And so you have enough life experience, like you can get your solid and your vibe such that somebody who has ill intent towards you, somebody whose values are deficient, somebody who is not grounded in love is going to be very jarring to you. They're not going to vibe with you. It's not going to be like, oh, I guess this is just another person who I have to figure out how to deal with without getting overly hurt. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want to deal with your crap. And keep going. And then, the people who are good people around you, like, again, will be able to see you. They'll actually be able to see who you are without kind of this distortion field around you that's being created by somebody who doesn't love you. So that is the mystery of, where are the good people at? How do I find them? And I also did want to say, I don't know that good people are the majority of people. I don't know, quite honestly. But I am glad there are definitely good people who I found on the internet. If nothing else, I feel like the internet has given a lot of us the ability to kind of present ourselves more as we are. Rather than as we might appear in our everyday lives, when you might be running into like me on a dissociative day because something really jacked up has happened and I'm just doing my best to stay present and work my way out of it. And, that is going to look very different than, it's going to sound very different than me on a day when I've taken time to rest and thought about what I want to say and can get out and, put myself on the internet and say that. So I think that for some of us, this experience of connecting with other good people online and people who, care enough to support us, care enough to show up, care enough to call and say, hey, I haven't talked to you for a while. I want to check in and see how you're doing, that stuff is so very important. That's a lifeline for people who have been stuck in isolation, surrounded by terrible people, and are trying to figure out where are the good people at. So it's working its way out, I think. I hope. I have hope. Believe it or not. I do. We'll get there. Maybe. If not, I don't know. We're all going to die anyways. Might as well go down with style, right? All right, guys. I love you. Please do head over to my website, The Upside Down World. Check out the merchandise store. It is Christmas season. Go shopping. There are gifts there for all of your smart, funny, and insightful friends. Also, my friend Raju, I'm going to keep saying this until somebody listens, needs $80 for widows in Bangalore, India, in the slums. These are some of the most vulnerable people on the planet. Instead of using that $80 in a way that is going to enrich a rich person who is going to use it to try and hurt the rest of us, you could send it to me. The instructions are on the support page on my website. Just put Raju in the note and I will send it straight to him. And I will talk with y'all later. All right. Love you. Bye.